So, I posted this the other day, and, I kind of forgot about it for a while. So we're here to yap. My face in Furbosi doesn't really have a name. They're all self-inserts, but she's just kind of me. At one point, she kind of had a story where, like, she was able to travel into cartoons at will, but it ended up being just me drawn in that style, if that makes sense. Bandana is, like, I like to consider her my Gravity Falls OC, but she's really more of a, she's basically me, but as a character in a Gravity Falls AU, which is called Babysitting Bill and takes place after the whole Theraprism situation. She works for the Axolotl, which is much less demoted from, like, the godlike qualities that he has in the Book of Bill. So she works for him, and she is the one in the story that babysits Bill. So Bandana is really cool. She's a mutant. She's a mutated human, and she has, like, cool powers because I'm this kind of person. I don't know. Oh, I have a picture of her somewhere, but I'm too lazy to get off my butt and find it. I have a Tailspin drawing of myself. She doesn't have much lore and she doesn't have a name, but she does exist. She does exist somewhere. So Esther is my Five Nights at Freddy's original character. She works in the Lucky Stars daycare, and she's a little silly. She's a hyper-realistic animatronic, so she's not the most appreciated among the staff because she's technically staff, but she's also an animatronic. What else about her? So her very cheerful side is Essie, like the shortened version. I got that from VeggieTales when Mordecai calls Esther Essie. And then she has the glitch that affects her, turns her into Ez, which is the second of the two photos that I just showed. Ez is a stalker, and she uses ninja stars as her preferred weapon. And yeah, that's she gets some kind of costume change, and I'm not sure how that mechanic works yet, but yeah. Okay, so this is a lot of information for me to try to remember while putting in this thing. So here's my Google Doc with all of her information and stats. Verdana is my Undertale character, as you might be able to tell if you know that fandom. She's a really sweet character. I really like her a lot. She hangs out a lot with Goner Kid and Sans and Papyrus, and they go around and do silly hijinks. Ellie is my villainous OC. She's technically a hero, but she got a little bit stuck in Black Cat's lair. Yeah, that what an unfortunate situation. Anyways, yeah, so she was originally found by 505, who absolutely loves her, which is why Flug hasn't reported her yet. She really wants to be friends with Flug, but he doesn't trust her too much. And then Dementia is Dementia hates her. Just absolutely hates her. She's, her power set is healing abilities, which is why she looks like a living med kit. So that's Shelly. There you go. We're getting a snack. You may have noticed I draw Tandy quite often. She's easy to draw for me. She's fun to draw. Her main thing is she really, really enjoys Kane and his adventures, to the point where, like, she wants to take over his job. this kind of fades away as she's in the circus long enough. Like, she just kind of respects him as a person, even though he's really not a person. So that's kind of an interesting part of her dynamic. The other part is that she has a friend who abstracted, which you saw in some of the photos, and that really gets to her. Mango juice. So that's her main deal. She's very cheery. Her head floats off of her body and she floats off of the ground. What happens when she holds her breath is she has to walk on the ground, which she doesn't know how to do very well. So that's kind of funny. But that's pretty much it for Tamdi. Okay, so Lizzie. Lizzie is my Cuphead show OC. She works for King Dice. She does not enjoy it. I don't know exactly how she wound up there. I'll come up with that later. I don't know. But I know that she works for him. And she's an aerialist, and she's kind of part of the kind of sparkle, the intro to his show. This is a really weird angle, I know, I'm sorry. I needed my kudos. So she's just a very disinterested performer, is all she is. Zing Zing is my Murder Drones character. Speaking of Murder Drones, I have to show you something. This is mandatory. Socks. They're so cool. Got them at Hot Topic. Not sponsored, by the way, but like, look how silly they are. Back on topic. She's my Murder Drones character. She's not from like the current era of Murder Drones, but she's like from when Nori and Yeva were around. I probably butchered that. Russian people, please don't come after me. She's a solver user, so So she was part of the original experiment with the Absolute Solver. She's very cheery. She's a Chinese robot, but she was made by a Japanese inventor. So, yeah, that's Zing Zing.
I've had enough of you, so won't you be my puppet on a string?
I really like making original characters for different universes because it's a little bit of a creative challenge because you have to fit it into that universe instead of just coming up with your own thing, which both are challenging in their own ways. But yeah, there you go. That was my yap session.